The group is composed by a certain number of students who, with the help of their facilitator, organise themselves and define their roles. It is very important not to leave the students with a specific task or duty in order to avoid inactivity of other members of the team. Once the groups are formed and the scenarios defined, the PBL approach is then broken down into the following phases. 1. In the first step, the groups gather information and list it under the heading, "What do we already know?" In this phase, the students approach the problem according to the knowledge they already have acquired from their own experience. The group will then discuss the current situation surrounding the problem as it has been presented. This analysis requires discussion and agreement on the working definitions of the problem. It could be useful to have a list of guiding questions elaborated during the realization of the scenario. 2. Engage with the problem also by identifying under second headings such as "What do we need to know to solve this problem?" Here the groups will list questions or learning issues which must be answered to in order to acquire missing knowledge or to shed light on the problem. This activity is a sort of brainstorming session with evaluation suspended, while explanations or solutions are written on a flip chart or on a blackboard. In this phase, the students are called to investigate and find materials for their research. It is quite often common that the students plunder the web for information. Obviously, the web is a relevant and important tool for finding information and knowledge. However, facilitators should support the students in a critical approach towards the resources selected from the internet. Regarding the selection of information from the web, the basic principles are: not everything I find in the internet is scientifically correct. The source of the information is important if, for example, the article is published by a university or by an unknown website. What can help a multidisciplinary approach can be lessons given by teachers or by external experts illustrating new aspects and sides of the scenario. The lessons should be well prepared and lists of questions should be singled out and checked. 3. Discuss, evaluate and organize hypotheses and assumptions. The groups will make a "what should we do" list, writing down and keeping track of issues such as what resources to consult, people to interview, articles to read, and what specific actions team members need to perform. It is in this phase that the group will identify and allocate learning tasks, plans to discover and explore new perspectives, opinions and situations, and also extra information if needed. Spending time discussing the problem, generating hypotheses, identifying relevant facts, and searching for information and resources is very important in the PBL approach. 4. Define and build possible solutions and explore concepts and issues. The group should present their findings and/or recommendations to the school or to people possibly interested in the subject, or simply to the rest of the class. The written conclusion should include the problem statement, questions, data gathered, analysis of data, and support for solutions or recommendations based on the data analysis, which will show the process and the outcomes. The final presentation and the steps addressed to defend the conclusions are very important in the PBL approach. Conclusions should be presented in public, and the goal is to present not only the final conclusions of the group, but the foundation upon which they rest. The group should be prepared to state clearly both the problem and the conclusion, summarize the process used, options considered and difficulties encountered, help others to learn as the group has learned. Finally, it is important to share the findings with other teachers and students as an opportunity to show what the group has learned. This is the moment for debriefing techniques applied both to individuals and a group. The final moment of the PBL presentation is an exciting opportunity to experiment a real debate. The group should be able to defend their conclusions, supporting their opinions with facts and documentation.